Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, on my lapel here is a Ukrainian flag, and I certainly normally wear the United States flag, but today, with what's going on in Ukraine, I thought it appropriate. And I also want to talk about some of the efforts here. Obviously, watching a war on television is pretty scary stuff, and understand the atrocities of what's going on. I think all of us try to figure out every day, what can be done to be helpful for these poor people that are having their country ravaged. And so it was interesting that I got a call, and I wanted to talk about a little bit today on some heroes here locally who wanted to help. A lot of the brave men and women over there are risking their lives when they go to try to help the people of Ukraine through this process. They're volunteering, they're going in there and they're risking their lives, and many of them are being killed. And so we're trying to find what we can do to help those brave men and women who are risking their lives. Well, several weeks ago, one of my constituents, a retired Lewistown Borough Chief of Police, Jeff Lusk, who will soon be the senator from Blair County's constituent, the Chief of Police, Jeff Lusk, reached out to my office and asked for assistance because he wanted to get used bulletproof vests and to donate to aid workers in Ukraine. My office contacted the Pennsylvania State Police with this request, and they answered the call by donating 90 vests that were nearly expired. So instead of being destroyed, this equipment was repurposed to save lives in Ukraine. Pennsylvania Capitol Police also donated 24 similar vests and 15 helmets. Both these law enforcement agencies were honored by the governor and received headlines throughout the state for their donation and these accolades, which are well-deserved. The only downside, Mr. President, is the fact that these news articles only told half the story. The donation effort not only included state police and Capitol Police, but also municipal departments throughout the state. Law enforcement agencies, both large and small, contributed to this effort, but many of them did not receive the respect and admiration they deserve. For that reason, I plan to honor all the contributing departments individually in the weeks ahead, and I ask my Senate colleagues to do the same. Last week, I reached out to the Fraternal Order Police for assistance in identifying departments who contributed equipment so that we could honor them on social media. Once we have identified all the departments, I plan to recognize each of them individually and invite members of this body to share those posts to extend our collective thanks. I am always grateful for our police and for performing the thankless work and keeping our communities safe. The fact that they are now helping to protect people halfway around the world speaks volumes about their commitment and character. So I ask my colleagues to join me in thanking our police and recognizing their contribution here in our communities and around the world. Thank you, Mr. President.